Oh, there it is. Sorry. Had a little sound issue myself there. Anyways, hello everybody. My name is Daniel Richardson, and I'm the WCPW review guy. And yeah, I know. Microphone couldn't hear me. Could not hear me. And this is the WCPW Stacked 17 review. And yeah, we're kickstarting the entire pro wrestling World Cup week right now. World Cup week going right now. In fact, as of right now, I just got off work and the round of 16 is going right now. I gotta wait about another hour or so before I kick it on, be able to watch it from the beginning. But it's perfect time for me to do this video and get it out to you guys, and then boom. And I want to quickly state that I misinformed. I mean, you guys already knew this. Obviously, probably already knew this. But I was under the impression that the World Cup Finals was going to be today, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And it turns out it's Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So get a little day break there, which I'm all for, believe me. Trying to cram all this in, plus outside stuff. Oh, it's a chore, but I'm making it work. I am making it work. Because I am super excited about this anyway. Like, this is it. It's been, a year, almost a year to make it. What was it, like back in March we started doing this right here into the Pro Wrestling World Cup. And yeah, here it is, August, and we're going right for it. But before we get to the Pro Wrestling World Cup, we got Stacked, which I'm really loving the fact that we are doing these, this is the second annual Stacked, which is really cool when you think about it. I really love that. So let's get into it, shall we? We're going to kick things off first with the Stacked pre-show. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get it out of the way right now. There were some sound issues. I want to say the first 10 minutes or so, 11 minutes, completely silent, all together. Of course, the internet title match between Gabriel Kidd and Lucky Kid with Tarkin Aslan, is that it? In his corner. I recognize the dude, the face, but I couldn't remember the dude's name. I want to thank Isaac Slater for hitting me up and letting me know who it was. Because, I mean, once again, they may have mentioned it on commentary, but there was no sound, and they didn't put a little graphic up for him, so it's like, I don't know who the hell this guy is. I remember him from the German World Cup qualifiers, and that was it. I just remember he was the guy that dropped out of the tournament for whatever reason. I can't remember. There was two people that dropped out, and I can't remember what the reason was for, or which one was which, but I just knew he was one of them that dropped out. But that was all I knew, and I was like, well, who the hell's this guy? What's he doing out here? Is he going to jump Lucky Kid from behind? It should have been mine. But nah. Nope, he was in his corner. So like I said, yeah, well, first we get a little, the sound issue and everything, but it does finally kick back in. But this is a pretty intense back and forth, contest that ends when Gabriel Kidd does his running kick. And yeah. 1, 2, 3 retains the internet title. Once again, I'm not gonna lie, this was just kind of you don't need sound, but you do. I don't know, just I wanted to hear the crowd, I want to hear the commentary, so it was just kind of a hard match for me to kind of get into, because the whole time I'm just check my sound. Is it? Nope. It's okay. Make sure it's what's supposed to be. But no, match's fine. And like I said, Kid walks away with the win. And I guess I should have mentioned that I love the commentary position. It's up there on the stage, on the ramp when you come out the entranceway. It's just right there to the side. And I think that's just really cool. It just reminds me old school, Nitro or even Raw. I think they're doing it now actually, but they used to have a kind of off center or a little bit off from the ramp. So yeah, I like that. I don't like it when it's away, it's up in the rafters, in the commentating booth or whatever. It's no. You have it either up there or at ringside. That's it. There's no other alternative in my book. So, but yeah, so Kid wins. We move on, and the Prestige comes out. Joe Hendry, BT Gunn, and Travis Banks. That's the three representing Ligero and Coffee. Not here yet, or not here tonight, but they come out, and of course that's all we're wondering is who's the sixth member. But then the way he phrases it right off the bat, I knew well, this isn't gonna go down, because he's and tonight we're gonna offer an invitation to join the Prestige, and I'm well, you said there's a sixth member. Now you're offering an invitation. No, that's two different things right there, buddy. So I assumed whoever the sixth person was going to turn it down at some point. They were just going to be no, and this is going to open their feud. Would I be right? Let's find out. Of course, the guy they call out is Will Ospreay, and of course, Ospreay comes out, which I think was a great choice for a number of reasons. I mean, he's phenomenal anyways. He's one of the best wrestlers, period. But I think the other thing, what the commentary Bradshaw kept kind of alluding to later on in the evening was that maybe the Prestige are kind of hitting him up because, you know, he has no friends left. You know, Paul, Scott, they're both been out with injuries. Like, he's the last sword of Essex, if you will. And so he's all alone. He's vulnerable. And so now they're coming after him knowing that. And I would beg to differ. To me, I think, in my opinion, because it's real, in my opinion, it would be more like he's one of the best out there. Now he's back in solo competition. Like, before he was preoccupied with tag division. Now he's back on the singles market. And guess who, you know, has the title? Joe Hendry. So obviously he wants to get him, you know, inside on his group before, you know, he smartens up and realizes, hey, I can go for this belt. So that's how I took it anyways. But either way, it's a huge name, so it's just really good, you know, cool, you know, get to see this. So Ospreay comes out, and I just love Hendry's entire promo here. Like, he just goes on about like how, like, you know, you're you know, with my tutelage, you could be the second best wrestler in the world. And Kennedy on commentary is just like, that'd be fantastic. Who wouldn't want to be second best? I love that. Like, I think it's hilarious. The whole time, dude, the crowd is so anti-Prestige. I love that. You should hate the heels. That's the way it should be. So, you know, the Prestige is definitely getting big time boos right now. And they're telling, you know, Ospreay, no, all that. But of course, they're like, you don't have to give us an answer right now. Think about it. But we want an answer by the end of the night. And of course, as Ospreay goes to leave, you know, Hendry comes behind him, kind of pats him on the back. Just such a little smarmy prick. I love it. I love it. So, yeah, that is how we end the pre-show, and we go on to Stacked. So before we go into Stacked, let me kind of give you guys a quick rundown of my experience with Extra and trying to watch Stacked. Because it was kind of, I'm not going to lie, I spent like 5 minutes trying to watch it, and it was infuriating. So I get on Extra, I switch over, I'm like, all right, here we go, time for Stacked. And right there, the first picture you see, or the first video you see is, you know, it's Stacked. And once again, I'm already past the time, like, it's already been done. Someone hit me up, it's like, hey, it's over, time to watch. I'm like, all right, sweet, thanks. So I go to it, I click it, and the picture is like Rey Mysterio, like the thumbnail is Rey Mysterio, and then that stayed, but then you get like this big triangle, the big triangle with the exclamation mark in the middle. And then up there it's like, cannot play video, 403 error. What the fuck? And I'm getting like automatically just getting like, you know, tore up already. And I was like, okay, calm down. It's done to me once before, and usually they got a second video, the mirror stream or whatever, and you click it and it's okay. So I click it, same thing. I was like, are you fucking? In fact, it wasn't the same thing. Actually, it kicked on like it was gonna play. It had the time bar at the bottom, but then it went right to triangle, and I was like, what the hell? So now I'm getting furious, and I'm dropping elbow drops on the table and everything. I'm like, all right, try it again. So I hit it, I open it in a different tab, thinking like, well, maybe that might work. No, still nothing, still triangle. You know, keep clicking on it, triangle. I do this like 3 or 4 times, and then my girlfriend Angel was just like, well, why don't you just refresh the page? And I was like, yeah, I guess it's gonna work. And I refreshed the page, and it worked. So there you have it. So I don't know if anybody experienced any kind of situation like that. Maybe just my jackass computer. But either way, for like a good 3-4 minutes, I was just like raging, like, what the fuck? Like, there's too much walk culture going on this week. I can't miss this first one because I can't go on to the next one. So I would have refused to watch the other ones until I got Stacked out of the way. That's how much of a OCD I have. I got to watch everything in order. So I was like, so I was freaking out, but then it kicked on, and I was like, all right, everything's happy in the world again. The children I was beating, I let them go. I was like, all right, you guys can get up and walk out now. It's okay. Take the dog with you. I won't kick the dog anymore because I'm happy again. So yeah, Stacked kicks off, and the first match is Speedball Mike Bailey going up against I hate doing these names, Hiromu Takahashi with Daryl. Daryl got his own little, I didn't know what the fuck the cat's name was. Like, literally had no idea that his name was Daryl. You know, last time it was just like, it's a stuffed cat he brings out with him. And here, it gets its own screen graphic, and I'm not gonna lie, a vast majority of the commentary went to Daryl, and I'm okay with that. I loved it. I loved the entire Daryl banter. What was great about the Daryl banter is the fact that typically, it's always Alex Shane or Kennedy who are going off on these random tangents that have nothing to do with anything. And it's Bradshaw who's having to kind of reel them in or just kind of ignore them and move on with the wrestling. And this is the one time where he just like Daryl. He's going with Daryl. And Kenny's like, are you serious? Are we really talking about the stupid stuff? I loved it. It was just, I don't know, it's just a great little flip of the script there. I thought it was just freaking great. Yeah, so anyways, Daryl's out. Real quick, I'll get off Daryl, but my favorite line was, as he's out there, he says something along the lines of like, I don't even think Daryl has a manager's license. And I'm just like, that's just goddamn brilliant. I don't know. I love it. So anyway, Speedball Mike Bailey, Takahashi, they're battling it out. Bailey, hitting his signature stuff. He hits the line salt from the inside of the ring, moonsault into the outside onto Takahashi, which is really freaking awesome. However, there was one thing that just did not work out good for him. He kept going for these, because, I don't know if it's his finisher or not, but he always does that shooting star knee drop. But he does that from like anywhere. Like he's done it like from a standing position and top rope and whatever. Done off the middle rope once. I mean, he'll just do it anywhere. At one point they're battling outside and they're on the apron. And he goes to hit that standing, shooting star knee drop, and Takahashi just moves and he just hits his knees on there. And I'm just like, dude, I hope you're wearing like triple knee pads right there, because goddamn, that looked like it really hurt. So he gets hit, he goes out. So they battle a little bit more. Mike Bailey kind of gets the upper hand. He goes back to the apron. Takahashi's outside, and he runs to do it again. He's going to do the shooting star knee drop. But he completely telegraphs it. Like he's doing it. He's like waiting forever. And then when he does it, Takahashi just kind of sidesteps. He goes right down on his knees again, but this time on the concrete. I'm just like, Bailey, just quit, man. Just stop doing it. He does take a pretty nasty German suplex later on, too. Like, he just gets hit. He lands, like, right on his neck. Like, I was like, oh, dude, I hope he's okay. He got up afterwards, so I was like, all right. But that looked pretty gnarly. Anyways, Takahashi hits him with the time bomb for the win. So, Takahashi takes out Mike Bailey. So moving on now, we go to the three-way elimination match. Drake, Angelico, and Jay Lethal. And, of course, the big feud going into this is Drake and Jay Lethal, but of course, and Angelico and Helico, whatever you want to call him. He got a big win over Drake last week, or 2 weeks ago. Sorry, 2 weeks ago. And so kind of got himself inserted in this. So it's a three-way elimination match. And initially it looks like it's going to be Drake and Jay Lethal, and they're just kind of going at it, but dude, like Angelico keeps coming in and like taking him down. Like they're not expecting him to be, much of a threat, or they're not, once again, maybe their hatred for each other is just kind of, they forgot about him. But either way, dude, he starts picking up, a lot of momentum early on in the match. I will say one thing, dude, I think Drake, honestly, and this ain't just me like pole riding, like I am not just swinging on the dude's nuts. I truly think he is getting better every single week. Like, past 2, 3, 4 matches, dude, I've just been like, he's incredible. Like, he's incredible. If he could just now break from being kind of like jobber and go on to like winning matches, I think he'd be very believable. Like, in this match, he looked impressive as hell. But, it is what it is. Anyways, they start, the fighting outside, and Jay Lethal and Angelico, they go up on the apron, and Lethal gets inside. Angelico gets inside, and he goes to suplex Jay Lethal in, and Jay Lethal just kind of falls on him because Drake trips Angelico from the outside. Jay falls on top of Angelico. Drake's holding on to the his leg, and referee doesn't see that, and he counts it 1, 2, 3. Angelico is eliminated. The old Bobby Heenan WrestleMania 5 trick, that's what it was. And so it's great. So Angelico's out there, and of course, dude, Drake just has the smuggest fucking look on his face, like, you're gone. It was just great. Like, even me, a Drake fan, was just like, man, what a dick. Like, but before he can focus his attention on Jay Lethal, Angelico grabs him, throws him in the ring, causing a slight distraction as Drake turns around to kind of, talk some smack. He turns right around, gets hit by Jay Lethal, and then finally the lethal injection. 1, 2, 3. Jay Lethal wins the three-way elimination match. So he's on the mic, and he pulls up the mic, and he's just like, listen, we're done. Like, for a whole year, you've been attacking me. Every time I show up, you pop out nowhere. And really, it's been pretty even because, you gotta remember the first time I think it was Built to Destroy, like Drake runs in, takes out, and just lays out Jay Lethal. The second time he does it, and I forget when it was, he tries it, but of course, Jay Lethal was able to fight back. And then the third time, same thing happened. He tried to do it a third time. But then in the latter match, dude, Drake totally got the upper hand. Like, there's no doubt about it. You watch that match again, if you're taking score at home, I would definitely say between those two at least, Drake pulled out the winner. So it really was, evenly. But Jay's like, I just beat you right there. It's done. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm kind of like, is it really done though? Because Drake has the argument of that if it wasn't for Angelico's interference, because remember, he's eliminated. He's supposed to be gone. He had no business being out there or putting his hands on Drake. And he threw Drake in there, causing a slight distraction, but made that little distraction is what it took for Lethal to get the win. Just saying, is it done? I didn't think so. I didn't want to see it end like that. But they shake hands. And then, of course, as Jay Lethal turns, he gets blindsided by Drake. It ain't over. It ain't over by a long shot. Drake beats him down. And I'm just like, yay. Yay, we're gonna get more. I want more. I want more between Jay Lethal and Drake. And then I want Jay Lethal to actually, whether win or lose, move on and get his singles match finally with El Ligero. Like, we've yet to get this. We keep getting promised this match between El Ligero and Jay Lethal, and it keeps getting jacked around on us. So, singles match between those two. I want to see that next. So, anyways, there you go. That's that right there. Backstage, we get a little promo with the Briscoes. I've only seen like pictures of the Briscoes like way back in the day. I haven't seen them in like years. And like if I remember, they were more like the world's greatest tag team or American Alpha, just like wrestling singlets, like just straight up American good guys. Like they just look generic, I'm not in a bad way, but like the Steiner brothers, just got your singlet on, you're ready for action. Dude, they look like meth head white trash. Like seriously, it was like these guys live like 4 blocks from my house. Like they're not professional wrestlers. These guys are like meth dealers who cook it in their lab, and there's an explosion not too long ago, and these were the guys that got away. And then they join us. Like, they look so dirty and just, like, like, really? This is the Briscoe lineage right here? These guys? My God, they didn't steal anything, did they? I'm just saying. Anyway, so they're back there. They're talking shit. We're going to destroy War Machine, that, whole thing. Nothing really, they didn't add anything to it. So anyways, that was that. Moving on next, it's Penta L0M going up against Rampage. And I love early on, very beginning, Rampage, hometown hero here, goes for a handshake, and of course Penta removes the glove, but instead of going for the handshake, he does his no fear what he's doing, and of course he gets his ass handed to him by Rampage. Pretty good back and forth early on, and of course dude, Penta starts hitting these devastating kicks, like these stiff kicks early on. Like I was wincing in my chair, like come on, god damn, that's just freaking brutal. One of my favorite little moments is he goes for the he calls it the Mexican destroyer, but the Canadian destroyer, he jumps off the top rope and then catches him and go for it. But dude, Rampage caught that shit. He ain't gonna play around with that. Outside, Penta kept doing these chops to Rampage. And of course Rampage is up against the post and he keeps hitting the chop, but like on the 3rd or 4th one he goes for it. And of course Rampage moves and he just smacks the post. And I'm like, maybe it doesn't hurt. I don't know. It sounds and looks horrible though. Like I was just like, damn it, like your hand's shattered. That's it. In kayfabe world, that hand's shattered and you're dropping out. That's how bad it is. Anyways, match ends when Rampage hits him with the pile driver. 1, 2, 3, Rampage wins. So yeah, glad to see Rampage pick up a big win right there. It's always like I don't know, like he kind of falls into that Coffee realm, Joe Coffey. Like you remember, like there was a time like Joe Coffey was like fighting all the outsiders, like every time like a big name from like the outside show up, he'd have to fight Joe Coffey and just destroy him. And then like Rampage, he just fought like Ishii not long ago and got beat. So I was like, man, I hope he don't lose a Penta here. Like I want to see Like he's our guy. He's a WCPW original. I want to see him win. So I'm glad he picked up a win here. Really happy right there. Up next, hardcore match. It is for the hardcore title. BT Gunn versus Primate. BT Gunn comes out and then quickly, like, runs back up to the ramp and, like, hides to the side of the stage. And then whenever Primate comes out, Gunn comes out, blast! Hits him with the chair, and he'll kick things off right then and there. Really good match right here. Really hardcore action right there. I loved it. And the thing is, like, BT was just really bringing it to him. Like, I was really surprised about that. Like, at one point, like, they're trading German suplexes, and he just no-sell. Like, nope, didn't hurt me. Well, he did the first one. Second one, he does get a little wobbly and doesn't quite pop up with the spring he had in a step before. But still, yeah, we get that right there. Man, really nasty table bump right here. They get the table set up, and Primate, he's up there, he's pretty woozy, and of course, BT goes up there. I'm guessing suplex, but Primate catches him and just kind of works him into like, and it's just like an impromptu power. Like, what even like a proper power? He's just like, just power bombs him. But like, BT don't even like go through the table. He like ends up cracking the side of it. And I'm just like, son of a bitch. That's like way worse than actually going through that table. Because like, just imagine like that just whiffing across your lower back and it just looked painful. Cracks the damn thing like right, like it still breaks it like right through the middle of it, but still, it was a nasty go through right there. However, wasn't enough to get him down, so Primate's trying to figure out what he has to do. Howard gets caught with some kicks to the head, like repeated kicks, and Primate just goes down, like quickly. And of course, BT just keeps stomping the head. Very reminiscent of the Joe Hendry, Martin Kirby. And I wasn't too big on that, like as we just saw this, so they're doing it again. And it looked like the referee's about to throw the match out, much like in that one, but BT goes for a crossface down there, and of course, he's already passed out, so the referee like raises his hand once, it's down, he's like, fuck it, ring the bell, and BT Gunn wins, new hardcore champion. Not gonna lie, I wasn't huge on BT winning, but I'm trying to take a step back. Like, what side of that is that? Is that my Mark side or my Smarky side? Because Smarky side, I could always be like, Primate can win this thing anytime. He can, 24/7 is in effect. So like, as soon as BT's like back in the bag, I just want to see Primate spear his ass through a wall and then pin him and take the belt back. Hopefully that's what happens. I mean, we got a whole week. This is only the beginning of a World Cup week, so we may still get that. However, I'm looking at it like maybe I'm just a mark. Like, I just want to see Primate win so much, and it's just like, shit, the bad guy won. I didn't want to see him win. But I'm just like, Primate's an unstoppable beast. How did a few kicks to the head stop him? Like, I would have understood if it was just like, chain or a chair, bust him in the head and just foreign weapon after foreign weapon and driving his skull through tables and ladders like that. But like, he just kicked him a few times. Like, I've seen Primate go through a boiler room brawl. Got hit in the head with a pipe, and he's just like, shook it off. You're telling me BT Gunn's foot's more devastating? I guess. I don't know. Like I said, it's one of those things where I'm trying not to, like, let my... I guess I kind of love Primate. I'm not trying to be too biased, but like, I didn't want to see him lose the title this quickly, because he only had, like, what, one defense? One or two defenses? Like, it wasn't much. Like, he didn't have a long reign with it, and he lost it to BT Gunn, of all people? Like... I don't know, but I'm hoping this is just a start of something. Maybe, like I said, we'll get Primate getting it back, or maybe they'll be tagging each other back and forth throughout the week. I'm down either way. I just didn't like the fact that he went out like this, and not just that, but like the fact that it was just Joe Hendry, Martin Kirby again. Like, it's the same finish. So I don't know. It is what it is. But as he wins the title, and then just like beats him down like repeatedly, just with shots in the head. Like, leaves, comes back, does it again. Like, he does this like 3 or 4 times where it's like you think it's over, and then he runs back down and starts kicking him in the head again. So I was like, son of a bitch. So yeah, BT Gunn, new hardcore champion. Up next, Travis Banks versus Kushida. And Kushida, whole match just working over his arm, going for that. It's a Kimura lock, but he calls it the hoverboard lock. And of course, he keeps trying to apply that, and of course, Banks either makes it to the rope or wiggles out just in time. There was a really, perfectly executed like fisherman suplex brainbuster by Travis Banks, which I thought was just looking epic. And I honestly he had it right there, but no, Kushida kicked out of that. Man, the end of this match. And they did something like this similar last time Kushida fought, but this looks so much more brutal. And I don't know, I'm just like, how is this not like dangerous? Like, I don't know, this feels like he could have broke his arm. So they're up on the top rope, and of course Kushida locks in that Kimura lock on Banks, but they're on top rope. He rocks in the hoverboard lock. Sorry, I'll use the correct terminology. And then he just like goes forward and like on his back. I'm like, dude, you just shattered his arm into like a million pieces. Down, and then he got locked in. And of course, you just see Banks screaming, but he's getting close to the ropes, and then Kushida just kind of rolls through it. Bam! In the middle of the ring. Forget about it. It was academic at that point. Banks taps. Over. No shame. Like, no shame in that. Like, I guess that was an awesome way to look in defeat, because like, who's not going to tap to that? Like, for fuck's sake. So yeah, Banks loses, but I don't think it really hurt him any or made it look weak or anything. Because like I said, it was. Like, seriously, it was an awesome finish right there. So Kushida wins it. Moving on now, it's Alex Gracie versus Martin Kirby, which the feud started just last week when Gracie kind of stole Kirby's spot, and then of course Kirby cost him the match later on, that 7-way ladder match for the Magnificent 7 briefcase. So that's where this kind of stems from right here. We get out there, of course Kirby has a big pink balloon, kind of reminiscent of the volleyball that was, or sorry, the beach ball that was going around the SummerSlam crowd. And of course, he's going like, I'm going to toss it to him. And of course, Gracie takes it, pops it, getting even more heat from the crowd. So these guys are just going at it. At one point, we get Gracie's pants pulled down. Of course, we got he has his face on there. But then that just becomes like the target of like Kirby. You know, at one point he goes to, he holds him in the air for the, the suspended suplex, or delayed suplex, but he lays him back down. Of course, he goes for the eye poke, but then of course Gracie turns around, so then he pokes him in the butt, like where the eyes of Gracie's face is. It's goofiness, but I love it. But then Gracie goes, taking things too far in my opinion. He goes to try to do the Zoidberg elbow. Get the fuck out of here with that. Like, I love you, Gracie, but nah, you ain't doing this. Kirby stops him, so it's no big deal. This match comes to an interesting end when Bad Bones comes out and attacks Martin Kirby. Just beats him down. And once again, they were kind of like, oh, clearly he just, Gracie paid off Bad Bones. But look at the exchange between Bad Bones and Alex Gracie. Like, it's almost like they're like, oh, okay, I'm out here, let's shake hands. Like, it's almost like Bones just wanted to make an impact because Bones is badass, and he's just like, I'm going to come down here and beat the shit out of Kirby. And then he gets down there, and he's like, well, do I fight Gracie, or do I have an ally here? And it's like, no, you got an ally, we're good, and they shake hands. So that's how I looked at it. Once again, I mean, maybe I'm looking too far into it and taking it way too seriously, but that's what I do. So anyways, and then they beat down Kirby after the bell. So Kirby wins by DQ, but that's that. We get an interview backstage. New Adam interviews Marty Scurll, and same old, I'm gonna beat you stuff. He did kind of make a good point, like how they battle, because that's one thing I always heard. Like Will Ospreay and Marty Scurll had always had a huge rivalry that just kind of expanded throughout all these different territories and promotions and whatnot. And it's pretty even. And he goes like, I've beaten him everywhere except for here in What Culture. And tonight he's gonna try and make. And I was like, yeah, okay, I can see that. Like adds a little bit more to it. Because to me, I was just like, just another rematch. Because I think this is actually a rematch from Stacked 1 year ago, which I thought was kind of neat. But I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't super excited. I knew it'd be a good match. But to me, there's just nothing to it other than just like, these guys have fought a million times before and they're just going to fight again. But now there seems like there's a little something extra now. Like, Marty's never won. He never got a WCPW win over Ospreay. So now it kind of adds a little more to it. All right, coming up next. I'm going to go ahead and start after right now. My match of the night. But we don't quite get to it first. So the Briscoes come out. And the scheduled match is supposed to be the tag title match between the Briscoes and War Machine. And Mark and Jay come out. But Jay Briscoe's on the mic and he just tells everybody like, hey, I can't compete tonight. He's talking about how he has I guess he hurt his back and just doesn't think he can give 100%. So he's just like, I'm out. And of course, the crowd's starting to boo. But he's like, I agree. It's a bitch move. And just kind of, he rolled with because I got a replacement. It's another Jay. It's Jay Lethal. And I was just like, what? Double duty? And he just like went through two guys earlier. Like, you're feeding the War Machine? Son of a bitch. So, yeah, Jay Lethal and Mark Briscoe are going to be the tag team here. And I was like, I don't know. Once again, I really hope that, Jay Briscoe's okay. I don't know what if that was the legit reason or maybe something. I don't know. I just don't know. So I really do hope, kayfabe aside, it's all good, for Briscoe. But I mean, just as a fan, I was like, I really want to see these guys in action. Like, I've never actually seen the Briscoes compete. So I was like, here we go. WCPW. Even though they look like, meth heads, I was like, I still want to see them wrestle. However, he's like, nope. But so we got Jay Lethal, which I'm down with Jay Lethal, and Mark Briscoe. And then, of course, War Machine comes out. And they get on the mic, which I love War Machine on the mic. Because their voice does not match their body. They are some scary barbarians here. Like, they're just, roar. And I'm just expecting them to bellow shit out like, you want to fight us? War Machine rule. No, they're like the most mild-mannered sounding guys. Like, all right, guys. We're going to have ourselves a War Machine rules match. And you know what that means? And their guy is like, there are no rules. That's how they sound. Don't tell them I said that. They will destroy the shit out of me. Like, they will just walk across the Atlantic, come over here and just stomp a mud hole in my ass. I don't want that. I don't want any trouble. But it is, I'm just like, don't get on the mic. Like, they need a manager that can yell for them. Because I just want grunts. I want primate grunts from War Machine. Because they're just adorable on the mic. Oh my god, they don't watch this. No one watches my show anyway, so I'm good. They won't beat my ass. But no, so they're like, you know what? You changed the match. You guys changed the match, so we're going to change the match. War Machine rules. And I was just like, yes. So essentially a street fight. So I'm all for that. And dude, like I said, this is my match tonight. Like, this literally tore the goddamn house down. Freaking loved it. let's just talk about some of my favorite moments here. I'm just they're gonna be out of order, but I'm sorry, I'm just excited. It's just all good stuff. Like at one point, like Hanson has like I think he had like Mark Briscoe like in a power slam, and like G Lethal, or maybe it's vice versa. I can't remember. He had like one of them in a power bomb and another one in a power slam position, and they just bomb them both down. I was like, holy shit. Briscoe and Lethal, they brought it though. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think there was ever a moment where I was like, they're gonna definitely win this thing. Just because I didn't think it'd be like, I couldn't imagine Mark Briscoe and Jay Lethal being the new tag champions. But like they did pretty good. They tried. I'll put it that way. I don't know what I'm trying to think of, and it slipped my mind. They tried. They put a hell of an effort. At one point, Briscoe hits like a moonsault like into the crowd, like onto War Machine, which was just freaking epic. And Lethal hits the lethal injection at one point, and then of course, what's his name? Briscoe goes to the top, hits a flying elbow drop, and I was like, oh shit, like. I don't think they're gonna win, but as soon as he kicked out of that, I think it was Hanson, or maybe it was, I don't know. It was one of them. Kicks out of that, I was like, nope, you guys all fucked up now. And sure enough, what we do is they do the Lethal goes for the lethal injection, and Rowe catches him. And of course, I was like, oh, it's the elevated German suplex clothesline bit, and sure enough, elevated German suplex bit. Hanson bounced off the rope, clotheslines him into the German suplex. And then they end up hitting the pop-up assisted power slam on Briscoe. 1, 2, 3. War Machine wins, and yeah, match of the night. Like match of the night without question. But you know what? The crowd was behind both teams. I mean, it was like I don't know. The crowd was amped. I was amped. Match was great. I think one of my favorite cool moments was like this little side moment. Like Hanson has them both. Briscoe and Lethal in opposite corner. He's running back and forth, just clotheslining him. But he's just like, he's yelling. And the crowd is yelling with him. Like every time he runs, they're like, ah. It was awesome. I mean, it was just surreal. Loved it. So yeah, match of the night right there. Congratulations, guy, for that. But yeah, no, just freaking awesome. So then we get New Adam back there just pestering Will Ospreay, trying to get an interview. And it's just funny. He's just like, leave me alone. He's like, yeah, I need to ask you, about your match with Marty Scurll, and he's just like, dude, piss off, like I want to be alone. He's like, yeah, I understand that, but are you gonna join? He just kept like pestering. I'm like, yeah, I just want to see Ospreay just whoop his ass. Like seriously, just beat the shit out of him. Like if it was Jack the Jobber, he would have just raped him by now. But no, he doesn't say anything. He just gets up and walks out. So it's new face Ospreay. So we gotta kind of go with that. So up next, Ricochet versus Rey Mysterio, and I'm really surprised. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be. Considering that, throughout the night they're building up the Marty Scurll Will Ospreay match. But I just assumed before the match started, or before the pay-per-view started, that this was going to be the main event. But either way, doesn't matter. It's still my main event. Still all good. Ospreay, Mysterio, they're in there. And right off the bat, this display of some flippy shit, and I loved it. Every time Mysterio would go for like a head scissors and would flip, Ricochet through, he would just flip right through it and like land on his feet every single time, and I freaking loved it. Throughout the entire match, it seems like Rey Mysterio was just trying to hit that 619. Like came close so many times, but just couldn't quite connect. He does finally hit it. Okay, I know this is just my experience. I don't know if anybody else experienced this or not. This is just how I experienced it. So I'm watching. Now, once again, I watched it after the fact. I caught the encore, if you will. Rey Mysterio hits the 619. Ricochet goes down, he runs to the post, and then it just cuts to him in the corner with his hand up. His music's playing, and I hear the commentary, and I can't remember who, I won't say, maybe Bradshaw, just like, well, there's the winner after a frog splash. And I was like, what? And I was like, well, maybe I actually hit something. Like, I don't know, my laptop's weird sometimes, where like, even if I'm not touching it at all, like you're just watching a video or whatever, like somehow the mouse will just move by itself. It'll just like click on for a second and then go away. And I was like, well, maybe something like that happened. So I rewound it a few seconds. 619 runs up to the turnbuckle and then just cuts to him winning. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. And don't get me wrong, match was awesome. Like all the way through, it was incredible. Like seriously, like the last 3 matches on this pay-per-view, like don't get me wrong, the rubber matches were good. I enjoyed every match. The last 3 was just fucking solid. Like worth the price of admission alone. Like if this was loaded, it would have been the best freaking loaded ever. Like it was just epic. But then, like I said, I lost that last part. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not super mad about it because, A, you knew he was going for a frog splash. I assumed Mysterio was going to win. I only missed that one move, so it wouldn't have been, it would have been different if it would have cut off and it would have kicked back on in the next match. But it was just like, What the hell? So did anybody else miss the frog splash, or am I the only jackass that missed it? Either way, I don't know, but I went back and watched it like 2 or 3 times just to see if it, if they corrected it. No, it cuts. Still a weird cut there. So, but either way, Mysterio wins, so got some momentum heading into the World Cup. And now it's time for the main event. The main event, and of course, we got special guest commentator Joe Hendry comes out there. He graces us with his presence. It's weird because they don't have the third headset. Or maybe, once again, even from kayfabe standpoint, like maybe he wasn't invited out there, so there's only supposed to be 2. But he kept stealing Bradshaw's headset throughout the entire match, which I'm good with. Him and Kennedy on commentary was just great. I know some people don't like Hendry talking or Kennedy's commentary, so they probably hated this entire segment. I loved it. I thought it was great. But anyways, it's Marty Scurll versus Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay. And don't get me wrong, he's definitely the face. He needs to be the face. And once again, we was all cheering for him. We was rooting for him in that tag match when Scott went down. And so it makes sense. And once again, seeing him put that valiant effort against War Machine, 2 against 1, it's freaking War Machine. Yeah, you're automatically a face now. Like I get it. I think the problem is though, he came out like in his head like I'm a face. And I really wish he would have kept his cocky swagger, because he didn't have any of that. He was just like, I'm a good guy now. It's like, another thing, the crowd, even though they was cheering both, dude, they were definitely voting. It was all on Marty's side, like hardcore. It's Bullet Club. It's whoop whoop, too sweet, chance the entire fucking time. They were, and don't get me wrong, I'm not against that. That's great. Marty Scurll's white hot right now, and it was just like now they're trying to go like, oh, we're going to push a Will Ospreay Hendry feud later on. I'll get to that in a minute. I guess I jumped ahead, but it's like they're trying to go for that, and it's like, dude, the crowd wants Marty. Like Marty's the guy who's the it guy right now. Go with him. But it's like, no, we're going with Will Ospreay. And I don't know, maybe Marty's got Ring of Honor, New Japan stuff going on, so I understand. But it's just like the crowd's literally behind Marty, and it just back like throughout the match. Will Ospreay would just stop during a match or during a move. He threw a guy down, and then he's looking at the crowd like, come on, guys, cheer, cheer. It was just, I didn't like that one. I want to see him just mouth him. Like, anyway, to me, it makes me, it's his character. Even if you're cheering, he's a good guy. He can still be cocky. Shit, The Rock's been cocky for years. Never stopped him once. So it is the fact that every time you go for the top rope, he'd be like, come on, guys, cheer. Let's get the crowd. It's just like, dude, just hit your move. Like, we're gonna cheer when you do that shit. Like, we don't need you to. So I don't know. It seemed forced, him being a face, and it shouldn't. It really shouldn't. He should just went out there and just did his thing, but still be the dude from Essex. Like, I think Marty Scurll's like he's a face right now, even though he's the villain, cheating and doing evil shit. People still love him, and so it just kind of made Will Ospreay seem like the secondary face in this match, and just I don't know. It wasn't a great look. But anyways, the match became pretty gruesome, or pretty brutal right off the bat, because Marty starts getting the upper hand, and he just starts like booting him in the face, like just rubbing the foot on his face, starts slapping him, and it spits right in his face. I was like, holy shit, like this is getting real. Freaking loved it. At one point, one of my favorite little moments, Marty goes for like a suplex. I don't know if he don't turn like a neck breaker on the knee, but whatever. Ospreay counters it into a stunner, takes him down. However, Marty ends up hitting. I kept waiting for the finger break, followed by a pin, because it seemed like that was Marty's new finisher. But hits him like a razor's edge into like a pile driver. I don't know what he calls that, but it was pretty impressive. But he hits him with that. 1, 2, 3. Marty Scurll wins, and of course Hendry's pissed. He's like, this is why he needs us. Like this is why you have the prestige in your corner. And I think to myself, Travis Banks just lost too. And he has a prestige on his side. Just saying. But anyway, so he, called out the troops. Out comes BT Gunn and Travis Banks. They come in. And, of course, those two guys start beating down Marty. And, of course, Hendry's trying to talk to, Ospreay in the corner. And he's like, listen, join us, blah, blah. Puts his hand out. Ospreay takes it, comes up with him. And, of course, the crowd's just chanting no. So he kind of takes his place between BT and Banks. They're looking down at Marty. And, of course, he's kind of like, I got this, guys. I got this. And it's like, is he going to do it? But he doesn't. He runs. He jumps on the middle rope, comes back with a double Oz cutter, takes them both down. And, of course, Joe Hendry gets the hell out of Dodge, rolls out of the ring. And, of course, Ospreay made his intentions clear that he is not, I repeat, not joining the Prestige. So, yeah, that's how we kicked off. Or that's how we ended Stacked right there. I loved it. Like I said, I've done it already. So I mean, as far as me giving like the final overall review at the end, no surprise. I really loved it. I thought it was really good. Like I said, I think the last 3 matches really. I mean, that was it. I mean, they were the main event quality matches right there. Those last 3 were just freaking awesome. Not to say that the rest weren't good. I mean, the rest was really good too. But those last 3 matches to me just like that's why you buy extra, people. That's why you buy extra. My God. Fuck the network. Buy extra. That's what you do. That's what you put your $6.99 a month to. No, I really enjoyed it. Like I said, it's awesome. And like I said, just a great way to kick off the World Cup week too. So I'm really pumped to see how we go from here on out. But yeah, if you hadn't had a chance to watch it, I recommend checking out Stacked. And that's all I got. If you guys saw it, let me know what you thought in the comment section down below, guys. It's got a whole week ahead of us here. It'll be around this time whenever I upload this video. It'll probably be that time throughout the week. Even Saturday, I got shit going on Saturday, so like I won't be able to watch it when it comes on. In fact, that I won't. Well, that won't reflect or affect the review because that will come out Sunday morning anyways. But so yeah, tomorrow will be my Pro Wrestling World Cup round of 16 review tomorrow, and then that means Friday will be my Pro Wrestling World Cup quarterfinals. Round of 8, quarterfinals, what we're calling it. That'll be my review for then. And then, of course, on Sunday, it'll be the semifinal finals review. And, of course, the top 10, which I'm sure the top 10 is going to be completely shook up, or at least it should be, after 4 different events, like 4 major events in 1 week. Oh, yeah, it's gotta be some crazy changes there. So, that's all I got. So, yeah, that's all I have. Share and subscribe if you haven't already. Show this video out, thumb and love. And, of course, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that. Sorry, Bill, wasn't over yet. All my stuff's down below. Just click on that stuff. Check it out. That's all I got. Guys, thank you for watching. I'm sorry it's a long one, but it's a pay-per-view. Pay-per-views are always kind of long. So that's all I got. Thank you for watching. Until next time.